what up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Stack Bitcoin Show. My name is Roman, and I am your beginner-friendly guide to saving in Bitcoin. Dang. What's up, guys? So it's Thursday. A nice Thursday. Here, getting ready to do another stack, another DCA, a dollar cost average buy on today's episode of the Stack Bitcoin Show. We stacking always. What is this? Pimp my mic. Ooh, maybe there. Nice. Yeah, make it even more Bitcoin. Ooh, how about there? Let's see. Anyway, how about there? All right. Chilling. Okay, so today the topic is: are you ready for liftoff? I need to get an actual helmet, not like one that actually works in space, but like I would like to own a moon helmet, a space helmet, an astronaut helmet, maybe like a retro one, maybe even like a costume one. Maybe during I'm gonna go. Actually, I should go to the costumes stores that are already popping up all over town, and get myself a moon helmet for the pump that's coming, right? Let's see. There you go. Oh, I was like, what's going on with my background? Where's my video? Where's my? Oh man, my phone's not even on. Anyway, all right. Welcome. Let's get started. Let's go. Let's jump into the first topic of today, which is, of course, the Bitcoin strength. Today, the price of Bitcoin is $120,881.32 Bitcoin. That is the strength of Bitcoin today. The price of Bitcoin today. It's pretty awesome. You can get right here 827 Satoshis for a single dollar. What the heck is a Satoshi? A Satoshi is a fraction of a Bitcoin, just like a dollar is made up of 100 cents. A Bitcoin is made up of 100 million Satoshis. Is 100,000 or 100 million Satoshis? I saw a video too that's throwing me off. Let me double check. Okay, we got a 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. 100,000 Satoshis. 100,000 Satoshis makes... No, 100 million. That's right. It is 100 million Satoshis. Yeah. 100 million. So there's a video I watched today that's like, it's off. It's at 100. It's at 100,000 Satoshis. So it's off. I need to comment on that video. Anyway, 100 million Satoshis. Why is that important to highlight? Because when you look at the price of Bitcoin at $120,000, you might think to yourself, damn, I'm priced out. There's no way I can afford that. And you would be wrong. You don't have to buy a whole Bitcoin all at once, right? It's one of the assets. It's one of the best assets to own. It's one of the easiest to own because it has such a low barrier to entry, because it's so divisible, right? Like you couldn't buy half of a house. You couldn't buy a quarter of a house, right? Maybe, I guess, if you went with partners. But anyway, you can buy as little as 1/100 millionth of a Bitcoin, right? For basically, you'd be getting what? For a single penny, you could buy 8 fractions of a Bitcoin, 8 Satoshis. So you don't have a penny? You don't have a spare dollar to invest in Bitcoin to start to show yourself, to start to prove to yourself that this is a good way to save money? Well, there it is. It's a very low barrier to entry, so get on it. Get started. The sooner you start, the better off you'll be sooner. Okay? All right. That is the Bitcoin strength. All right. Let's do why we stack. Here we go. For the noobs in the house. Why we stack. Carlos Jaramillo in the house. Shout of applause. Round of applause and shout out from the live studio audience. Why do we save in Bitcoin for beginners if you're here for the first time? Why? Why save in Bitcoin? Because your local money, whatever country you're in, whether you're in the US or in Africa, Mexico, China, any country in the world, most of those monies are fiat monies. They're based on promises by the government. But they also can print more of it. So if you save in those monies, when they print more of that money, the value of your savings gets debased. Your savings can buy less and less things as the money supply increases. So why do we save in Bitcoin? Because when we save in Bitcoin, we take the value of our hard-earned work and we set it into an asset that doesn't inflate, that's inflation resistant. So if you want to combat the inflation, you use Bitcoin to shield it, to shield the value of the purchasing power of your money from inflation. Okay, and to put it another way, short and simple, to the point, elevator pitch. Why do we save in Bitcoin? We save in Bitcoin because saving in Bitcoin is like traveling back in time and giving yourself a perpetually increasing retroactive raise for the hours you've already worked for as long as you hold a Bitcoin that represents those hours. That is why we stack. That is why we save in Bitcoin. Just like that. Let's put this 2 on here. There we go. All right, that's why we stack. Super simple. Welcome, guys. Thanks for tuning in. If you have any questions, put it in the comments. If you're watching the replay, leave a comment, and I'll respond to your question when I get a chance. Oh, did I flip these? Hold on a second. You guys want to see something cool? I did this thing where I have an old credit card that I'm not using anymore. It's expired, and but it still has. Let me turn this down. It still has an NFC chip. See that? It's got a little wave thing. It means that this card is enabled. It has an NFC ID, right? So you can set up your phone to look for those IDs, and when you scan it, you can program it to do things. For example, so I got my phone here. I take this expired credit card with an NFC ID that's still valid, and I put it on my phone. Maybe it has to be unlocked. Let's see. Maybe it won't work because my phone's about to die. I think my battery's too low. It won't kick in. It won't trigger it. Dang it. Dang it. I guess I'll have to turn on my lights manually. Let's see. Hold on a second. Oh man, I was gonna show you guys a cool thing today. Oh well. So you can have nice things. All right. Tomorrow I'll have my phone fully charged, and I'll show you guys how I can turn on these lights back here by tapping an old credit card on my phone. It knows what to do when it gets that tap from that NFC ID. So it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool when it works. Let's see. There we go. Okay. Let's continue on with the show. Today it's a freaking awesome day. We are pumping, and we are currently at $120,657 Bitcoin on the Coinbase chart. We are 2% away from another new all-time high. Right? 2% away from an all-time high. Do you think we'll go into another. You think we'll get a new all-time high this week? Maybe over the weekend? Next week? Right? Like, I don't even know how this correlates to the government shutdown, right? It's just crazy. It's crazy. But it's such a it's wild to see back here at 120,000, right? And I can't even begin to describe how stoked I am that $50,000 smash buy like was timed. I want to say perfectly, because we could have got it down at 109,000, right? Maybe, or like what else did it go down? How far did it go down? Yeah, if we would have got the $50,000 buy at like 108,000, that would have been like a perfectly timed buy, right? But we got it at 113,000, not too bad, and it's at 120,000. So maybe it's the beginning. If it's the beginning of October, if this is like if we're just getting started, and I'm about to change Uptober to Pumptober tomorrow. If we get another little pump up and we get close to the all-time high, or even breach the all-time high, it's gonna be Pumptober on the thumbnail, guys. Okay, instead of Uptober, it's Pumptober, because damn, it's wild. It's wild. All right, okay, let's see what this pump has done. Let's see what this pump has done to our holdings for the show. Okay, and we're gonna do that over in the wrong one. This one. Stack recap, because we only talk about stacking Bitcoin here Monday through Friday, 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 3 p.m. Eastern. We do it every day of the week. We buy Bitcoin, boys. Okay, here we go. Heading over to our spreadsheet. In 2025, we've bought $5,540 worth of Bitcoin so far, and it's currently worth $6,848. It's up about 23%. We did this whole thing all of last year, all of 2024, and in all of that year, we saved $7,345. And today, officially, we are 2x. We've officially 2x'd our money and some. We're officially at 101% gains on our savings for only last year, right? So my expectation was that it would be at 50% gains year over year, but here we are at 101% gains for all of the buys, not for all the buys, on average of all the buys we did in 2024. Okay, so that's blowing away my expectations already, and I thought my expectations were bullish, right? I thought assuming a 50% gain year over year was like wishful thinking. But here we are at 100% gains just on the purchases that we did last year, right? So that's pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. All right, so now let's look at the big dog, the big strategic Bitcoin reserve for the show, the main Chungus. The big Chungus stack. Here we go. Right now, we're still holding 0.8756361 BTC, and it's currently worth $105,000. That is a new all-time high of I guess fiat value that we've had on the show. But to recap, in 2023, May 22nd, 2023, we did start stacking Bitcoin when Bitcoin was $27,000, right? And that first $5 buy that we did on the show way back then is now worth about $21, so it's up significantly, right? Overall, all the purchases we've done on the show for the DCA portion, the dollar cost average portion of the show, they're up about 111% since May 22nd, 2023, and that's pretty awesome to see that right there in plain numbers. This is the proof of our savings, the proof of work that we've been doing to accumulate Bitcoin any which way we can, any which way legally that we can, right? And yeah, it's wild. Our average buy price for this Bitcoin is $68,000 over the span of 2.5 years or so. And oh man, that's crazy to think about it. That's wild. Okay, so we saved about $68,000. No, we saved about $16,000, and it's currently worth about $34,000. Right? Our Bitcoin stack for the whole show is a lot more than the 0.28 Bitcoin that we have here cataloged as our DCA savings. And that's because we did a bunch of other things in addition to DCAing in order to reclaim Bitcoin and receive donations and do 100-day Bitcoin saving challenges. And I set up another website to do like moto challenges to earn more Bitcoin, side hustle things that I do to get a little bit extra fiat money. And immediately I take that fiat money and I convert it to Bitcoin and save it. We even did a $50,000 loan to buy Bitcoin. We did that a couple weeks ago, and we're tracking that too. So stay tuned for more details on that one as well. And then we did a Stack Bitcoin show revenue. The actual show is putting up revenue now, right? We have a couple of digital products that we do here on the show. Well, one digital product, and that is our Bitcoin tracking sheet. It's a premium edition. Basically, you get to use a similar sheet to what we use here on the show, like this one, to track your purchases. So you get all the same information that we have. It just removes this part. Because you don't need that part. And it shows you how much you could track your buys, how much you spent on Bitcoin, how much Bitcoin you actually received, and what it's worth, and whether you're in the positive or negative. It's pretty cool. It's a nice little form. It's $17, I think, to get that. It's basically a template for a Google spreadsheet, for a Google sheet. So, but yeah, that is generating revenue too now. So we've sold it twice, right? And yeah, it's like it's right there. As soon as I get any revenue from the show, I immediately convert it to Bitcoin and add it to our stack because we're trying to get to 1 BTC. It's always It's always a good idea. It's always a good time. It's always a good feeling when you open the chart and the chart has gone off of your screen because it's pumped so hard it's outside of the scope of your view. And at the same time, it's also kind of a little bit sad because now we're no longer $14,000 away from getting to one whole Bitcoin. We're $15,000 away from getting to one whole Bitcoin. So as the price of Bitcoin goes up and it becomes more scarce and it becomes more scarce and the price of Bitcoin goes up more and more, the longer you wait, the harder it becomes to get to 1 BTC. So we are currently 0.12436,319 away from getting to 1 Bitcoin. And yeah, everything helps. Every donation helps. Every like, every subscribe counts, because if you guys like the show and comment and do the little hearts thing and leave and subscribe, then that'll make YouTube realize that we're putting out some good stuff and we're not trying to grift people. We're only doing Bitcoin content. So if you're against poop coins and I guess runes and inscriptions and all that stuff, if you're against all the fiat games, all the Ponzi schemes, support this channel, because supporting this channel means that other people that don't know about Bitcoin are going to start to get to see my content, and hopefully that makes them or helps them understand how good Bitcoin could be for their finances, right? Story time. I had a conversation today with somebody that I've known for a really long time, and by chance we talked about something different. We were talking about something. By chance, we had to talk about something, and when we resolved that, or when we were done talking with that, and catching up, the topic of money was brought up somehow. I forget it was like, if it was like retirement. Yeah, the topic of retirement was brought up. So, and I let him have it, dude. I just blah, like I just could not stop talking. I hit him. I hit him with the 1-2. You said hit him with the 1-2. No. I didn't hit him with the 1-2, dude. It was more than the 1-2. It was like the 1-2-3, and then the haymaker, dude. It was like, yeah. By the end of that little 10-minute conversation, they asked me to send them information. So, right, I'm excited for this person because I think a hard hodl. I said it before here on the channel. Like you don't. The hardest part about I'm not sure exactly how he said it, but it's something to the, and I'm paraphrasing. I'm saying, see how I think it sounds. The effect of the message it conveys is that no matter how hard you try to orange pill somebody, like they're not gonna get orange pilled until they're ready. You know, it's like picking fruit from a tree. You know, you might want to have that night. You might want to eat a mango off of your mango tree, because I have a mango tree. But no matter how bad you want to eat a mango today, like that mango ain't ready to be eaten until it's yellow or orange, right? So same thing with the people you're orange peeling, right? You plant the seed, you let them know that what you're about, and eventually the conversation is gonna end up, or it's gonna turn towards finances or retirement or vacation or worried about getting fired or not being satisfied with their work or whatever, right? And when I hear any of those things, to me, all those roads lead to Bitcoin. You know, like maybe not to Bitcoin as like, oh, you need Bitcoin to do this. No, you need Bitcoin to not be in a situation where you don't have a choice, but to do those things that you don't like, that make you uneasy, that make you feel upset or feel regret or dread, right? That you have to go to work, or that you didn't save enough to retire, or whatever ailment you feel you have. It usually can be broken down to like stress about money, stress about not being prepared, stress about not seeing not seeing a light at the end of the tunnel, not seeing any light at the end of the tunnel, right? Like seeing that you're working your butt off and you're maxing out the hours you can do, and you're struggling still, and you don't understand how you're working so hard and you're still just getting by. Like you have no hope of even having the savings, right? You have no hope of even like planning for the long-term future because you're just too busy trying to struggle in the now, you know? That'll wear you out, you know? Like how much work should you have to do just to exist, right? Like we have allowed ourselves to become like, I guess, economic slaves, right? Like by our spending habits and by the structure we have now, right? Like if you were like an alien and you came to this planet, and I were to describe to you the way that most people live and work, you would like, right? And pretend, like, imagine you're like an alien. You don't know anything about Earth, how it works, right? But I start to describe to you how the labor process works. Like, oh yeah, we have these people that are willing to work their whole lives for this paper that that's worth less and less the longer they hold it. But they need to hold it to save for things the long term so that they can retire and just be a person, right? Like where have we gone wrong? Where have we gone wrong, right? It's in that the I guess the rich, I don't know if you call it the rich class, right? I think in the Bitcoin world they're called the what do we call them? The quintillionaires, centillionaires, something like that. Centillionaire class, the people that have all of that are hoarding all the value in the world, right? And keeping the rest of the people down so much that they have no choice but to struggle by with life just to live, right? And that's super sad. That's super sad. And how do you get out of that, right? And first of all, you have to know that you're in that, and that's a huge hurdle for everybody to just realize that the thing that you've lived with your whole life, and that you've been taught to believe is the most is what you should be striving for, right? That the money is what's actually making you poor, right? You've been convinced that you got to struggle through life, get an education, work extra hard, be like a great employee, be a good business person, whatever, right? To be able to earn dollars or earn money, right? Because once you earn enough money, then you'll be happy. Then you'll have the freedom to be happy, right? But the whole time, but the whole time, it's the actual money that you're striving so hard for. That's the issue. That's the problem. That's the cause of why you're not in a better situation, right? It's wild. It's wild to think that. But anyway, like the show, like the stream, because we need to get that message out. Okay, we need to get that message out to everybody. Okay, that we're working way too hard just to be a human. Okay, like what do you need to survive? What do you need to be a human? Just need to have good people around you, family, food, shelter, right? Do we need everything? No, we don't need everything, right? But why is everything so expensive? Well, because the people that are in control of the economics, the government, and all that stuff, they're greedy. They want to keep making more and more money. They want to be more and more productive, right? And whoever's working for that dollar is paying with their productivity, is paying with their life, of course, right? Like how much money do you really need to be like, I wouldn't say surviving, and I wouldn't say like being a baller, right? Like going on vacations and having lots of cars. And so how many cars do you need? How many, like how many homes do you need? You just want to, if your goal is just to if your goal is to genuinely have like a happy life with your family, right? Take care of your family, take care of yourself, and lead a happy life. Like how expensive is that? It's not that expensive, right? Like the greed in this country is incredible. And when the most greedy people hold the most amount of dollars, then you have the situation we're in now, right? Because with that amount of money, they can buy politicians, they can change monetary policy, change tax policies, tax incentives, breaks to benefit them, right? The wealthiest people in this country are the biggest beneficiaries of welfare, right? They don't call it welfare because that's what the poor people get, and that's what they make you think that it's like bad to help people, to help poor people, but they're okay with helping corporations and billionaires to make more wealth when they already have more than they need. And on top of that, it's seen as if, oh, they're doing that because they're creating jobs or whatever, right? It's like, no, it doesn't make sense to me. It's too much welfare for the rich, and Bitcoin kind of fixes that in a way, because in the end, it doesn't matter how much Bitcoin you have. You can't go into Bitcoin and lobby Bitcoin to change policies of it. Say like, oh, if you're holding more than 1,000 Bitcoin, then you should get a percentage of this, or your coins are worth more, or whatever, right? There's no politician that can lobby the Bitcoin protocol, right? It's already there. It's done. So it's like that saying, right? Rules without rulers, right? in the money system, in the fiat system, in the dollar system, you have a dollar policy, right? You have the rules for the dollar, but those get changed all the time, right? And they get changed to the benefit of the people that are already in power, right? At the cost of the people that are not in power, the people that can't defend themselves because they don't have the capital, the influence to make policy changes that would be more beneficial for society. No, the people that are currently in power, they want to have more and more power so they can make more and more money because somehow that's gonna make them happy, maybe, or I don't know, they just want to be rich. Right? Anyway, crazy talk. I know it's a little bit off topic for the show we normally do here, but hey, whatever. It's a Thursday. We're on a different time today, and I guess just ideas floating around in my head about the way that Bitcoin will eventually realign everybody's incentives and realign everybody's hopefully, maybe not realign, but maybe like the new people that come about will start to understand Bitcoin and how there's better, it's a better way, it's a better money. So and with better money you get better society, better collaboration, better everything. But some people will not ever change, and unfortunately for those people, it's just basically a matter of time of like, well, those people will eventually pass away, and more and more people will start to understand Bitcoin along the way, and eventually it'll happen. So it's more gradual, right? So anyway, that said, don't worry about how long it's going to take for Bitcoin to go up or down or whatever, right? What matters here is that you have some Bitcoin, and when it does happen, I mean, technically you could say it is happening right now, right? It's been happening for the past year, right? Because even though like the Bitcoin had a little pump and we're back close to the all-time high, like if you just look at it, I don't know, like every year, like yeah, we're like Bitcoin is technically pumping, right? It's still pumping, it's still a pump, right? So anyway, it's like a slow pump, but who knows how high it'll go. And we don't let that stuff affect us. We continue to buy. Oh, we haven't even bought Bitcoin yet, guys. Jeez, I'm over here rambling. All right, so let's do that. Let me stop my rambling, and we already did the stack recap. Let's go to the 2025 chart real quick to show you that it is our current average buy price is $102,000 a Bitcoin for 2025. And since today the price of Bitcoin is at $120,000, then we're only going to buy $20 worth of Bitcoin today. And now that we know how much Bitcoin we're going to buy, there's only one thing left to do. Time to stack some Bitcoin, finally. All right. Oh, man. I kept rambling. Sorry, guys. Let me get my phone here. All right, charged it. And hopefully there's enough charge for it to get the buy done. Will we be able to buy? Okay, opening up the Strike app. I hit the buy button. I key in $20 for today, October 2nd, 2025. We're buying $20 worth of Bitcoin. I hit next. It's ready. It's queued up. Cut the music. Drum roll, please. There we go. Buying $20 worth of Bitcoin right now on the Stack Bitcoin show on a Thursday, October 2nd, 2025. And just like that, we purchased an additional 16,417 Satoshis that will be added to the stack. Show me the money. Show me the sats. Right here, 10, 2, 25. Oops. 10, 2, 25. The price of Bitcoin we deserve today is $120,972.16 Bitcoin. We bought $20 worth, and that got us 0.00016417 BTC. Copy this. Paste it there. All right, adding another 16,000 Satoshis to the stack and inching closer and closer to 1 Bitcoin, 1 whole Bitcoin. Bam. Bam. There it is. And now our current stack is up to much 0.87580098 BTC for the current USD value of $105,000 worth of Bitcoin in the Stack Bitcoin Show portfolio. And we are now back under $15,000 to get to 1 Bitcoin. We need 0.1241990 BTC to get to 1 Bitcoin. What is that? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. That's 12.4 million Satoshis away from 1 Bitcoin. 12.4 million Satoshis away from 1 Bitcoin. And that's all I got for you guys, dude. Can you imagine? Do you remember when we got our first 1 million Satoshis and celebrating that? Such a long time ago. It seems like such a long time ago, but it's not such a long time ago. You know? Just, what is it? Probably we hit that probably in June 2023. So not that long ago, a little over 2 years. And if this is where we're at now, can you imagine where we're gonna be in year 3, year 4 of the show? Okay, it's wild. It's wild. Do me a favor, guys. Hit that like, subscribe if you haven't already. It's a struggle to get to 1 Bitcoin. We're making it happen. We're trying to get this done so that we can actually show that we went from 0 BTC here to 1 BTC. We accomplished the mission, and we're so close. Okay, I need your help to grow the channel. Share with your friends. I know it's kind of awkward, but share with your friends. If you're watching on your computer, watch on your phone as well, just so I get extra view time. I know it sucks. Maybe after the replay, if you're doing something you don't mind, throw on the replay and watch it again. Right? I just need more watch time so that this channel can grow, and hopefully we can start doing actual monetization on this channel and have YouTube work for us and helping us get to that 1 BTC. And again, we're so close, 0.12 Bitcoin away, right? $14,993 away from 1 BTC. And you'll be able to say that you were one of the people here before we got to 1 Bitcoin. You're one of the people here that actually donated to the stream, right? So it's crazy. It's crazy. Maybe someday the show will go down in history, but who knows? I mean, it's already part of history. I think it's already part of history, right? All right, guys. Let's pop in the closing track for the show and say goodbye until tomorrow. All right. So that's it for this episode of the Stack Bitcoin Show. If you enjoyed it, please do like it, share with your friends, subscribe if you haven't already, and man, continue on with your DCA schedule. Buy Bitcoin, take custody of the Bitcoin, repeat, be productive, create value in the world, and take that value that the world gives back to you and save it in Bitcoin if you don't need to spend it right away. Okay, I'll see you guys tomorrow for another episode of the Stack Bitcoin Show at 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. But until then, remember, if you ain't stacking, you're slacking. Bye, guys.